All right, recording is on. All right, guys, good morning. Everyone, happy Tuesday, February 12th, 2019. My name is Figurazh, and I'm an independent promoter with the amazing company Pruvit. So with the show of hands, who is still on their reboot, you guys? You guys rebooting? We're almost there, right? Sometimes it's super easy. Other times it's really, really frustrating. I feel like, one second, let me mute out some people. All right, mute all. All right, guys, here we go. Okay, so as you guys know, this week's going to be a little different because we have an epic event in Phoenix, Arizona this week. So our morning Rhino calls are going to be about 10 to 15 minutes long with a call to action at the end. So let's see with a show of hands, how many of you are intending on attending Epic this week? Raise your hand if I'm going to be seeing you guys' beautiful faces in Phoenix, Arizona. I am so freaking excited. It's going to be an incredible event. Reminder, if you have not registered your tickets yet, please be sure to do so for both the gala and the main event today. You can find that under Manage and Events, and then you can register your tickets there. Okay. All right. So with that, let's see. How many of you guys have heard the phrase, "It is the thought that counts"? Raise your hand if you've heard that phrase, "It's the thought that counts." Oftentimes we use that as an excuse not to follow through with something because we want to make people aware of the fact that we had good intentions, right? So with that, how many of you have actually sat with that thought or with that phrase and actually thought about what that meant? What does that look like, right? So if you actually think on this sentence, this phrase, it goes back to intention, right? What is it? So when I asked Siri what intention was, she told me that intention is a thing intended for, an aim or a plan, conceptions formed by the directing of the mind towards an objective where your focus goes, energy flows, right? So who here remembers making a resume in high school? Do you guys remember making your first resume? What did it say after your information at the top? So mine said Kristina Figurazh, my email address, my phone number. And then the first thing on top of that resume, we were taught to put down, what was it? Does anyone remember what that was? Anyone remember what that phrase is? Objective, right? So objective, what is your objective for obtaining this job, this position, this skill set? Yes, Tiffany, perfect. Objective. So again, what is your intention with obtaining this job? What's the outcome for getting this job, right? So it's something that we've been kind of thought to, trained to, like the thought process was instilled way back then, but so little do we actually think about why it is so important, right? So time and time again, you saw this come up in different words. Sometimes people use the word intention. Some people use objective. Other people use the word outcome. I know in Pruvit land, we love to use the word outcome. Always know your outcome. So let's see. Today, I want you to think of objective, intention, and outcome as one and the same. And so by gaining clarity, it's really vital in the sense of knowing where you want to go. So often when you ask someone what they want in their lives, they'll start telling you what they don't want. They don't want to be overweight. They don't want to be unhealthy. They don't want to be broke. They don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. They have a list of things that they do not want, right? But the challenge with this way of thinking is that where you focus your energy, that expands, right? So when you're focusing on the things that you don't want, you're not allowing much time or space to focus on the things that you do actually want to achieve or obtain. So that's kind of where we have to shift our way of thinking, right? So listen, I know that taking massive inspired action is so powerful. It is literally powerful beyond measure. But before you follow through on taking massive action, there needs to be an intent, an outcome, or objective laid out to serve as a blueprint for the action being taken. So think of it as your North Star when you're navigating through a situation. And like for instance, when you get into a vehicle in the morning, you know, to drop off your kids, go to the post office, mail out your trials, go to the gym for a quick workout, you have an intent before you get into the car of where you're going, right? So think of intent, objective, and outcome as that final destination programmed into your GPS in your vehicle. As you're driving, your intent, objective, and intention and the outcome is literally your final destination. That's where you're trying to go. So before you make a post, before you make a video, before you go live, before you go to an event, before you enter a situation, I want you to take the time, literally just sit still, wave at yourself. And I learned this in my upbringing in Ukraine, because the Russian way of doing things before you go on a trip is it you sit in the living room with your bags and your luggage, and it's called sit for the road. So you sit still in a room as you're packed, ready to go, literally ready to walk out the door. And you sit there with the intention, and you think of the thought process of what's going to take place next. Like, you're leaving your house maybe for a week or two. You got to make sure all the appliances are off, the doors are locked. You have to maybe arrive to the airport to catch a flight. And essentially the thought process leads to visual, images being popped up in your brain, right? And that's the process of visualization. Once you conceive it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. So with that, I want you guys to really think about, before you take massive action, which I love inspired action. I love acting on those things. But before you do, just stop yourself for a split second. And before you make a post or go live or make a video or enter a new situation or event, ask yourself, what is my objective in doing this? What outcome am I aiming to reach? What is my intention behind taking the time to do this? So think of it like a seed that you plant, and taking action is all the things that a seed needs, like sun and water. So that seed needs all that to thrive and become into a plant. But the most important part is the seedling there, right? So now that we've established the importance of intention, I think that we're going to let's see, give you guys a call to action. But before I do so, I wanted to quickly remind you guys that how important it is to know your reasons why. So why is it important to achieve your outcome? If your outcome is something that's a should and not a must, you'll take action for a while, but ultimately when it starts to get tough, you're going to pull back and you're going to stop when the going gets tough, right? The tendency is to give up if your why is a should and not a must. So when you have a powerful reason to achieving your outcome, and it's important to you, that gives you the drive to continue on through any challenge or roadblock or hurdle that may come your way. So with that, I just want you guys to pull out your phones. Show me your phones. All right, if you're on your phones, that's awesome. I want you guys to go pull up someone's text message that you know is going to Epic, whether that's your sponsor, your business partner, your accountability partner, your success partner, your friend, whoever you know is going to be joining you at Epic this week. And if you're not going to Epic, stay tuned. I have an assignment for you also. And I want you guys to pull out this person. And then literally, I want you to think of one outcome for you going to this event. So don't overthink about it. It doesn't need to be this deep, complex thought. More often than not, the first thing that pops into your mind is what needs to be written out. And so essentially, it could be things like, are you coming into Epic to up-level your belief in yourself, the company, the industry? Are you coming there to get some kind of validation that you need to know that you're in alignment and you're on the right path? Is it to grow connections and relationships in a way that you can't do anywhere else, like belly to belly? Or is it to get around the fire and the energy that you know you need to catapult you into the next level of your business? So I want you guys to take a minute and message your sponsor, your upline, your business partner, anyone that you know is coming to Epic this week, and let them know what your outcome is. Because I promise you, if you take the time to do this, your week is going to 10x when doing this, because intention is so important. So you're literally trading time and money to go to an event. So why is it so important for you to show up at Epic? What outcome are you trying to reach and obtain by going to this event? Okay, so for those of you not going into Epic, I still want you to grab your phones, pull out a contact of someone that you work with, talk with in Pruvit land, and I want you to take this time to give them an outcome for this week for your business. So are you going to use this FOMO, which is fear of missing out on this event, to make sure that you never miss another event by 10xing your actions? Or is your intention to help 10 to 20 people experience better by mailing out trials? Or maybe your intention is to onboard a business partner who is ready to match your energy and run with you. or perhaps maybe you just need time to reflect on your goals, where you are, and create a blueprint to where you want to go. So I want you guys to take a minute and really set the tone and set the intention, because what I found in the past in my experiences, when I invest in time and energy going into an event and I don't take the time, a minute, to do this, I then realize that I go in there aimlessly. It's like getting into a car and driving without any destination in mind, just aimlessly trying to see whatever sounds good. You know, you're just driving down the road and whatever pops up, is that a good idea or not? So I want you guys to be fully prepared, because this is going to be an intense, several days that we're going to spend together. And you really truly need to have a reason for your why for coming there, and really make sure that you take this seriously. This is your business. This could be as big or as little as you want it to be. And if you truly take the time to sit still with yourself for a moment and think on your intention, your outcome, your objective for this event or this week in general, then your week is going to just 10x that much more. So I am going to call this a wrap for this call. I hope that you guys take massive action today. And when it comes to setting the right intention and expectations of yourself for this week, because it really starts with setting the right intention. So I hope to see you guys at Epic. It's going to be incredible. I can't wait to go skydiving. I don't know why I signed up for that, but third time's a charm. And I hope that you guys got something that you needed out of this call. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.